So it's 18 points of difference at three-quarter time. And they were a little bit wasteful, weren't they, the Centurions in the third term? They had a few chances up forward, 3 goals 5.
Yeah, well, that's what Howard said, Anthony Howard, Andrew Howard, rather. And as he said, a few little indiscretions out there, but put all that behind them, and disciplined football, and that's it, put it behind them.
Is 3 goals enough, Cal?
Oh, I would have said that 5 minutes before the end of the third quarter, but I'll reserve that opinion for another 5 minutes.
First goal might be very
I think if Werribee can get the first one, and that's definitely, you'll see Corio very hard at the ball, I would imagine.
Start of the final term here, 13-10-88, Werribee Central's Corio 11-4-70. Adam Gladkey holds the ball off for Justin Tate and Peter Gray, who's rucked unchanged this afternoon. Umpire throws the ball in the air, and Tate gets a hand on it. Nick Smith gets a clearing kick, though, from the centre. Warren Foley and Ian Cockrell. Foley leads in the race of the football. Got a hold as well, got a second hold, and will get a free kick now. Ricky O'Toole runs straight through him. But it's too late, he's got a free kick. Warren Foley wants to play on quickly. Kick. Cornwall turns around. Dabrowski is standing there. He takes the mark.
The ball must be pretty heavy because he didn't get any distance for that kick.
Gives it away by hand to Ricky O'Toole. Gives him a shepherd. He goes long to Ian Cockrell. Now it's off hands. Goes towards Cockrell, who keeps his feet. Oh, had a bit of time. Now he's wrapped up by Rob Musara and runs into the coach's box. He wasn't happy with the treatment from Rob Musara, but it will be a boundary throw-in. Just the left of our commentary box on centre wing. Tate and Gray work their way down. And umpire Gladkey not happy where the
bicycle there, wasn't
bike is. The pushy. The exercise bike, which was on the ground next to the cryo box, now over the fence. Now Gray and Tate go at it, and it's down to Cornwall, gives it away to Cullen by hand. Now Cullen, wobbly left foot kick towards half forward in front. Hallam, handball away towards the boundary line. Musara gives a shepherd for good, but he leaves it behind. Now Musara has to do the work himself, pretty close to the boundary line. And it's out for a throw in at half forward for the Devils.
Nothing more frustrating, Cal, when you give a shepherd and you do all the hard work and your teammate doesn't take the footy.
Leaves it behind.
So throw in again, half forward. Tate and Gray work their way down. Thrown in now, Tate in front. And now gets the back with his right hand. Handball by Good on his hands to Cullen. Left foot kick towards the top of the square. Charles goes up, punch away by Beck. Falls to Lee Clifford. Great pick up. Handball over the top in the goal square. Davey Bigham turns around and kicks the goal. His second. And the 12th for Corio. They go to 12-4-76. They trial Werribee Central's 13-10-88. That's on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. 2 minutes played.
So that's an interesting start for Corio, Cal, and probably just what Ricky O'Toole would have wanted at three-quarter time.
Asked for. So now they've just got to continue on.
So it's 2 goals the difference. We've only been going 2 minutes into the final quarter, so shapes up probably a very interesting final quarter. Some interesting three-quarter time scores there, Jason, with Bannockburn and Anarchy. Bannockburn just can't get back. 8-11, 8-5. Goodness gracious.
We'll see how their fitness is.
Yes, I think might be the key. Well, back with umpire Gladkey in the middle, almost three minutes, final quarter. Umpire Gladkey with the footy. Tate doing the ruck work against Gray once again. Up goes the footy. Gray this time gets the tap clear for Werribee. Picking it up there, Ricky O'Toole throws it away. Ball comes back under the pack. O'Toole again gets it out. Peter Gray picks it up. Handball blind. Cockrell picks it up. Handball back to Ricky O'Toole. Blind turn, twist turn. Finally a left-hand handball to King. He's wrapped up. Good defensive work, and Werribee really wrapping it up at half forward now. And Andrew Howlett really applauding his teammates there. The Werribee boys, Hawks, Foley, they've all had a hand in that, keeping the ball in there. And poor old Justin Tate was one out against about 3, but he's done well. And the umpire now with the footy between wing and half forward on our broadcast side here at Shelves Reserve. Tate gets a tap down, almost intercepted by Bordeaux. O'Toole threw it away. Picked up there by Bordignon. Back in towards the centre. Nick Smith, well, he's got the run of the footy, puts it on the boot quickly. The lead there was from Heathbuck. Well, the free kick has been paid to Heathbuck, not the mark. And between centre half forward and the centre, Dabrowski playing very, very closely, and that's been a good contest in quarter time. But Heathbuck on this occasion is the winner. He gets the free kick. He's about 75, 80 metres from goal, looking for some movement up in the forward line. doesn't have to go to the forward line directly. Andrew Hawkes was loose there. Goes to the goal square, kicked off the ground by, I'm too sure who that was there. Was that Mary, I think? And kicking it along the ground and hits the behind post, so the ball is out of bounds, deep in the forward line for Werribee Centrals. Boundary umpire puts the ball back in. James Lee doing the ruck work, tries to tap it forward. Oh, beautiful work there by Mary. Good work by James Lee. Pushed the ball forward. Dave Mary picked it up. One step, bang, and that's the 14th goal for the Werribee Central side. 14-10-94 Werribee Centrals. They lead Corio 12-4-76. Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard, and that's 5 minutes into the final quarter.
You've had 5 minutes, Cal.
Yeah, Werribee.
So a steadying goal for Dave Merry. He's second of the afternoon.
Good ruck work.
Yeah, good ruck work and great roving at the front by Dave Merry to get a quick kick away as well. Back in the middle, Gray and Tate. They go up, Gray gets it down to the side, goes towards Ricky O'Toole. Great pick up, Ricky O'Toole breaks a tackle, goes with strong right foot kick towards Rivet at full forward on the run. Left hook comes out, kick off the ground was okay, back towards the middle. Now it's a foot race coming in there. Kennedy, handball was good to Hawkes, rode the tackle. Kick was not good from Andrew Hawkes though. And taking the mark was Rutherford for Corio. Goes short to Matty King. They can switch play to Cockrell on the commentary box side, half-back flank, who takes the mark against Smith. He's got Cousins short. He goes in that direction now. Oh, Merry makes up some ground and chops it off. Can't take the mark, but second effort was okay. Got one high from Cornwall. And we'll take a free kick.
He took a while to blow the whistle.
He did,
he was going to.
So Dave Merry at the back end of the centre square. Goes with the right boot long towards Heath Buck. King against him. Good mark, Heath Buck. Shielded the punch coming from Matthew King and took the mark at half forward. Handballs it off to Andrew Howlett. Goes the left boot short to Andrew Hawkes, who takes the mark. Got Comensoli running past. He elects to go with a kick though. Again, was okay to Warren Foley.
Well judged.
Gee, I didn't think I was going to make it, but it did.
I thought Cockrell touched, to be honest.
And Warren Foley's taken the mark, 50 metres out from goal. He goes short, the lead on from you-know-who, Luke Luddick. He just fills the gap, takes the mark, and will line up for his second goal, about 40 metres out directly in front.
Doesn't he move well when he decides to move? Oof.
Luddick kicks the goal.
Has not moved the goal umpire.
Has not moved for Luke Luddick second, and the 15th for Werribee. They go to 15-10-100. They lead Corio 12-4-76 on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. 7 minutes played.
It was quick thinking by Luddick there, Cal, in the sense that there was no one in the goal square, and he was suspect for distance, I reckon. So he had the ping, and one Corio player, Ricky Bingham, realised at the last second there was no one there, and he almost got to it.
Just a fraction
but quick thinking by Luke Luddick.
Yeah.
So back in the middle now. Umpire Beattie has the football. Gray, who's done a sterling job in the ruck, will do the job against Tate once again. Ball goes up. Tate probably gets the run down to Swenison. He's gone down in the mud patch. He's helped out by Charles. Handball over the top to Keating. Keating takes it, eludes a couple of players, gets a handball to Walton, who's running. Oh, Walton went without it. Unfortunately, Mary comes in. He can't pick it up either. It's like a bit of soap, I think. Mary grabbed without it, and the free kick for Werribee goes to Mary. Plays on quickly, out to Hawkes on half-back flank. He sees a player loose up further up the ground, but missed his mark in Kennedy, and Keating comes back. Handball back into the centre. Player grab without the footy, play on to the umpire. Now there's a whistle on play, and rather belated perhaps, kick to Rutherford, who was held without the footy. Vandy's not paid, so Ricky O'Toole's had to hand it back to Rutherford. O'Toole's still loose out in the flank, but he goes further than that. He goes to half forward, and Tate one-handed mark, plays on too quickly probably, and handball to the teammate there in, that was
Clifford, I think.
Clifford was in trouble, and it's come back towards Clifford, and finally ahead of Lee Clifford and good. The ball goes out of bounds on half-forward flank. It moves sort of so quickly there, and players obscured my view. So the ball out of bounds in front of the Social Club here at Corio. 9 minutes gone. Final quarter. It's 15-10. Werribee lead Corio 12-4.
Gray from the front of the ruck contest got it to Ricky O'Toole in front for the Devils, but he couldn't take it away. And it will be a ball up about 50 metres out from the Corio goal. And a couple of quick ones to get back in the match. They currently trail by 24 points. Umpire will throw the ball in the air for Tate and Gray. Coming in also was Rob Walton. Falls to the side of the pack, Cousins. Handball, Schwenison on the boundary line. has missed, and one behind to Tim Schwennerson. They go to 12.5.77, and they trail Werribee Central 15-10-100 on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. 9.5 minutes played.
Roland Beck takes the kick in quickly, finds Nick Smith at centre half back. He plays on quickly. He's found his teammate in Cook on half back flank. He's kicked towards the lead at half forward. Oh, over the shoulder to Luke Luddick, and the free kick paid against on that occasion Ricky Lazarick. Back inboard, finds Nick Smith. Smith goes towards Howlett. Howlett, free kick surely, not paid. The ball comes to the ground again. Cook kicks it off the ground, follows up, tries to kick it again, comes back. It's thrown out. The free kick is against Werribee, and it's gone to Keating. Keating goes wide looking for a teammate there in Ricky O'Toole, and he has taken a mark on the half-back flank. So O'Toole, options are all cut off now, and finally has to go long towards centre wing. In good position there was Good, can't take the mark. Comes down to Merry, he can't take the footy. Steamrolling through there was Lee Clifford, and umpire actually pointed the wrong way, but it is Good who has the free kick. Player loose on half forward flank is Foley. Foley runs on quickly now. The lead at half forward, unfortunately, he's picked out Ricky O'Toole perfectly, and on the return has come back. Oh, good work there by Hart. 1 against 2, and pushes the ball toward the boundary and out of bounds, adjacent to our broadcast position. 11 minutes gone, final quarter. 15-10 Werribee Central's lead Corio 12-5.
Tate from the ruck contest gets it to the side. Hawks is standing there, off one step, goes towards Howlett, takes a good mark against King at half forward. Goes to the left boot now. The lead's on from James Lee. Bigham against him, gives him a little bit of a nudge. Lee, second effort was pretty good, but then he slipped over the crucial stage. Ricky O'Toole's back there. Handball, shuffles it out towards Dabrowski, breaks a couple of tackles, runs away. Little left foot kick towards King, who tries to pick it up on the half volley. Needs a handball out. Gets it wide towards Dabrowski. Can he break the Delaney tackle? No. Handball over the top, Tate and Gray. The two ruckmen seat over the line for a ruck contest at the boundary throw-in. So it's 15-11-101 Werribee Centrals. Corio 15-10 it is. 100 Werribee Centrals. 12-5-77 the Devils. Goes to Schwennerson at the front of the ruck contest towards Walton and Hart. Hart keeps his feet, does well, and runs away with the right boot. Goes back towards half forward. O'Toole goes up from the side. Takes a very good mark. Handballs it off to Dabrowski. They want to try and switch play to Kelvin Keating. Goes in that direction now, makes up a bit of ground, takes the mark. The back end of the centre square. Now Cousins gives him a lead. Also aim on Charles. Has to turn around in the mud patch and does well. Handball, Cockerell's going to be chopped off again by Hart. And he runs away. Goes to the right boot, long towards James Lee. Bigham against him, punched away to the front of the pack. Rutherford.
Oh, great tackle.
Great tackle. James Lee's in there again, also picking it up. Needs a handball, gives it away to Heathbuck. Kick around the corner, but Corio with the numbers. In the last line defence, it's Schwennerson, goes wide to Rick O'Toole. He's got Dabrowski short, and also Brent Rutherford. He goes to Rutherford, and he takes the mark.
So Rutherford, that's centre half back, slowing it down, gets a handball back to Ricky O'Toole. O'Toole finds Dabrowski on half back flank, and he has taken the mark for Corio. Dabrowski now goes long, going to centre wing. Well, the only player to go for the football, in fact, was Steve Cook of Werribee, and it was interesting looking from here because a couple of players were looking for players and Cook was the player looking for the football. Well, he's just tipped it over the top to Hawks. Hawks runs on, finally gets the foot to the footy, gone right across the face of the goal looking for Luddick. He can't take the mark, comes to the back. Schwennerson picks it up on the left foot. Well, Keating's got a paddock in front of him. If he can get hold of the footy, he does now. What's he going to do? He's running towards half forward, kicks it to centre half forward. The ball goes over the head of players. Good picks it up. Off one step goes long. And the free kick was paid downfield, advantage to the Werribee side. They play on quickly. Goes to James Lee. Can't take the mark. He's helped out by Andrew Howlett. Picks it up. Hooks it back toward the goal square. Great work, Ricky O'Toole. Prepared to concede a behind. Punches it through. And that score will go to the benefit of the Werribee Central side. 15-11-101. They lead Corio 12-5-77. Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard, 14 minutes final quarter.
Goes short to Ricky O'Toole in the back pocket, gives it back to Dabrowski. Handball back to Ricky O'Toole. Got a bit of time now, needs a lead. Goes wide towards Tate and Gray. Tate uses the body, does well, and takes the mark. Got it, Cockerell running past, gives it to him now by hand. Puts on the speed, goes to the right boot towards half forward Cornwall and Delaney. Cornwall said was a push. No, there's a push. And Bobby Beattie's got to stop pointing the wrong way, for starters, because that was what started that. But there was a shove there to Chris Delaney against Nevada Cornwall, and Delaney will take it at centre half back. Goes towards centre half forward. Rutherford had to chop it off and did so. Got to kick away towards the big men again, Gray and Tate. Gray, good diving mark. Good slips catch, and he takes the mark in between wing and half forward.
Good slips, you'd be happy to take that one.
You would. Goes wide to Nick Smith, and runs away from Ricky O'Toole, who was making up some ground, and he's missed with the shot for goal. One behind to him. They go to 15-12, 102 now, Werribee. They lead Corio 12-5, 77. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard, 15 minutes played.
Browski plays on quickly, finds King in the back pocket, takes the mark, plays on also quickly. Lazarick at centre half back. He's got Cockrell on centre wing. He kicks it long to him. Cockrell, if he can get hold of the footy, he's got a paddock in front of him. He's having difficulty picking it up. Finally does. Now heads towards centre half forward. Who's he kicked it to? Lee Clifford can't take the mark. It's come to the back. Rivet chases down Cook, but Cook a little bit quick for him. Rivet does a fine job. Gets past with body weight. But Cook, handball clear. Back to him on the overlap. Hooks it back in towards the middle of the ground. Hawks, nice little tap forward to Howlett. Howlett just flips it up to Luchak. Luchak to the middle of the ground. Foley picks it up quickly, turns, hooks it around his body to half forward. It's all Corio there, but it comes to ground. Ludding picks it up, heads towards the centre half forward position. Buck and Dabrowski. Buck gets rid of Dabrowski. Handball wide to Nick Smith. Smith's got a player loose in the forward pocket in Massara, and Massara goes bang. He's, I'm going to say dealt with after he kicked it, but no, the umpire has given the all clear, and Rob Massara has kicked the goal for the Werribee side. 16 goals, 12, 108 Werribee Centrals. They lead Corio 12-5, 77. Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard, 16 and a half minutes final quarter.
Yes, it is all over. It is all over. They're just running out this game a lot more strongly now, Werribee Centrals.
Moved the ball pretty well then from half back.
7 goals to 2 second half, Kel, so far.
Yeah, that's right.
So back in the middle. And free kick to Werribee. Possibly an extra player in the square, but
yeah, Cornwall was.
Yeah, it's a difficult decision that when they're not balling it up in the middle of the ground. But anyway, Schwennerson has taken the mark at centre half back for Corio, and he will be paid it.
If I was a batsman, I would hate that one.
I'll say. Now gives it to O'Toole by hand, who runs away, tries to create something, goes to the right boot wide towards Justin Tate, makes up a bit of ground and takes the mark on the chest. The lead's on from Gundry. He goes further afield towards Clifford. One out from behind. He chose to tap it. He needs some support down there. He's got it again, and he's ripped off the football. Free kick over the shoulder, and it will be a free kick.
Eamon Charles has kicked the goal.
Eamon Charles kicked the goal.
Advantage.
So they paid advantage, and he's kicked it. So that's his first, and the 13th for Werribee. Sorry, for Corio. They go to 13-5, 83, and they trail Werribee Centrals, who are 16-12, 108, and that is on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. 18 minutes played.
I suppose there's still time, Cal, if they're prepared to work hard, but you wouldn't think that they'd get back
just doesn't look
4
like
goals.
No, I just don't think Werribee will concede that many.
Andrew Howlett's been running around his half-backs and the players around the centre square and really geeing them up.
Yeah, exactly.
So, he's pretty keen about the game, and obviously Ricky O'Toole's worked very, very hard all day. In the middle, up it goes. Tate and Gray, neither of them get a clear tap away. They've pulled it back into the centre. Ricky O'Toole comes clear of the centre. Luchek attacks the footy, can't get clear. Rivet, he's tried to charge his way through the pack, but he's only got it as far as Hawks. He goes for the safety of the boundary, and it's rolling in front of our broadcast position and goes over the boundary line just ahead of Matty King, who just can't reach it, unfortunately, for Corio. 18 and a half minutes gone, final quarter. Werribee in the ascendancy at the moment. Ball thrown in. Gray and Tate do it all again. Picked up by Cullen. Drop, picked up again. Off the left foot, drive towards half forward. Rivet just too strong.
Got a good shepherd too.
Yes, umpire Gladkey put on the good shepherd, and Rivet takes the mark, but who's that in the last line of defence? It's
Common-Soley, I think.
Common-Soley's taken the mark. He's got Hawks on half-back flank. He's got good running and a nice little chip to Peter Gray, and just backward of centre, Gray has taken the mark with Ricky O'Toole arriving just a fraction late to affect the spoil. So Peter Gray rucked tirelessly all day, kicks towards half forward. Oh, Luke Luddick in front of the pack has taken the mark once again. And Dabrowski a little late in arriving. Nice kick there from Luke Luddick, and the mark taken by Mary. And what's the umpire? Is he going to give a 50 metre here? Yes, I think it's Ricky Beckham again, isn't it? So, unfortunately, a lack of discipline there. He arrived a little late, and he's crashed Mary to the ground. And unfortunately for Corio, to the benefit of the Werribee side, Dave Merry will have a shot on goal from in the goal square. Well, it's interesting. Yeah, he's 50 metre puts him on the goal line, yet he's around the 45-degree angle. How do you work that out? My geometry mustn't have been too good at school. However, Dave Merry is up to the task. He's kicked his third, and the 17th for the Werribee side. 17-12. It's 114 Werribee Centrals. They lead Corio 13-5-83. Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard 20.5 minutes into the final quarter, and that was certainly the nail in the coffin, Cal.
That was the final one, but we've been entertained here today. I thought it's been a great game of football.
So Ricky Bigham coming off the ground, Clint Eldridge coming on.
And I guess that must be the discipline of the team.
The rule.
If you give a 50 away, you're off.
Tate from the middle. Got it down. Amon Charles kept his feet and got a second kick away. Andrew Hawkes, it sits for him. He picks it up and goes towards half forward. King got a hand to it. Then he slipped it back to Ian Cockrell. He kicks it over his shoulder towards Ricky O'Toole. Sets him a task against a couple, including Warren Foley. Got a hold. And, very lucky, I think, in the end for the Corio boys because they were outnumbered. So Ricky O'Toole's got it at half back.
Fair chance Rick might get the votes today.
He might too. He goes short towards Rivet at centre wing. The big man's tried hard there, but he couldn't pick it up. Foley. Blind turn gives it to Hawks, running backwards. His kick smothered by Amon Charles. Coming through the middle, Paul Hart. He can't take it with him. He's wrapped up. Now left chook in there as well. Goes to Warren Foley and Merry as well. Merry handball over the top. Chopped off by Cullen, but Foley followed up and did well on the left boot. Goes towards Heath Buck and sits there and takes the mark.
He doesn't drop those when he's got the drop.
So Heath Buck will shoot for goal from 40 metres out directly in front.
Just down the line we hear that Hawthorn are 3 points in front with a minute to go in the AFL. And there's also been a sensation in East Geelong. We've had a draw at East Geelong and Thompson. Have we really?
9-6-60 East Geelong, Thompson 8-12-60. The first draw of the season. And Heath Buck will shoot for goal from 40 metres out directly in front here at Shell Reserve. He's kicked 2 goals this afternoon, and now he's kicked 3. So his third goal, and that is the 18th for Werribee Centrals. They go to 18-12-120. They lead Corio 13-5-83. That is on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard, 22.5 minutes played.
Cal, at the end of the day, it's going to be a very good performance from Werribee because they've just kept the pressure on all day. They did it early, and Corio were equal to the task. But in the second half, they've really pressured Corio out of it.
Yeah, they've answered every time Corio's come back at them. They've answered the challenge, and to win here is even, I think they'd be very, very pleased.
Up in the middle, ball comes down from Tate once again. Charles, handball forward. Clifford trying to run onto it, but Eldridge, handball back to Ricky O'Toole. O'Toole off one step, goes toward the goal square. Good body work there by Gundry, but unfortunately can't control the footy. And Cook, with good shepherding there from Luchuk, he finally gets it up. Handball to Hallam. Oh, disgraceful handball. Put him under all sorts of trouble. Now Werribee defence is under real pressure. And fancy handball to Hallam. He was about one step from an opponent. And they've done well to not concede a score here, the Werribee defence. Because 15 metres from goal, umpire Gladkey's going to put the ball in the air once again. Big pack of players around the footy. Tate comes through, finally puts forward by Rivet, but only as far as Hallam. Hallam off a step, kicks it right across the face of the goal. Good leads in the race for the footy. Can he pick it up this time? Yeah, great pick up. Tries to elude an opponent, gets a handball clear, and left foot pass. Ricky O'Toole is in good position, but great tackle has taken Ricky O'Toole over the boundary line. Terrific work there by the Werribee side, and the tackle was Heath Buck. Magnificent effort, and he moved up the ground and gave some assistance there to his defence. Ball thrown in. Tate, good body work, gets a tap to the back, but leading in the race for the ball is Chris Delaney. Good elusive player, kicks it across the face of goal. Keating and Kennedy got a foot race. Keating wins out, gets a handball back to Charles, looking for someone overlapping. It's Cockrell. Gets the handball to him. Cockrell to the full forward position. Eldridge runs onto the footy. If he can get clear, he's got a chance for goal here. He's done just that. And a belated goal to Clint Eldridge for the Corio side. They're 14th. 14-5. That's 93 is Corio. They trail Werribee Central's 18-12-120. Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard, 25 minutes gone, final quarter. I think, Cal, there'd be a fair number of players out there more than happy if the siren went now.
Yes, yeah. They've all, as we said earlier on and throughout the whole day, it's been a tough physical game as well, and with the conditions and the ball getting heavier. So, but full credit to Corio. They're playing this game right out.
Back in the middle, Tate, and up against Gray, still in the middle. The umpire says it will be his, and a secondary bounce in the middle. We've heard Hawthorn have won by 3 points against the Kangaroos this afternoon. So a pretty close game in the AFL. 2 more games to complete the round, one tonight, and Richmond and Sydney, and also Port Adelaide and Carlton tomorrow. Now off the back end from the ruck contest, Amon Charles had it and lost it. Johnny Cousins is there. He gets a clearing kick towards half forward. Now it goes towards coming out Comensoli. In fact, it's Cook. Leads Gundry in the race with the footy. Goes towards Hawks at half back. Handball. Back towards Comensoli now. He goes wide, looking for Kennedy. It's too far though. And is it out of bounds on the full? Yes, it is. It will be a free kick to the Devils, and it will be Kelvin Keating with the footy. He goes across towards half forward looking for Walton. Hawks did well to put a hand in there, and Chris Delaney rode the tackle well and gets it away to Hawks again. Kick around the corner. Amon Charles went at it, and Kelvin Keating was in support. His handball was not effective. Amon Charles in there again, fighting hard for it. He's ripped off the football. Nick Smith played for a free kick and didn't get one. Goes to the back of the pack. And the Centurions try and break free. Rutherford comes across Nick Smith, but he followed it up and did well. Goes with the right boot towards half forward. Luddick in front, Lazarick. Luddick worked to the front, did well. Tries to get back on that left boot. Kick around the corner was to Nick Smith. Sat for him. Gets around one. Lazarick comes at him. He gets a handball free. Now Lazarick did well. And then he gets a high tackle and will get a free kick for the Devils. They want to switch play. It's going to be dangerous. Goes towards Ricky O'Toole. Bowls Merry and him, but it goes towards Cockrell. He leaves it behind. Delaney off the ground now. Ricky O'Toole. Oh, he leaves it behind this time. Chris Delaney on hands and knees. Gives a handball away to Misara. Gives it to Merry. He goes with a little right boot towards Luddick at full forward. Can't take the mark. Dabrowski over the top of it. And he goes, he dodges a couple. Takes a bounce. Backs himself. Was going to go wide. He elects to go to Matthew Cullen in the middle. He's got Johnny Cousins running past. And he runs free, gets a bounce, and can go again. He goes to the right boot that leads on from Gundry. Goes in that direction, but it sits in the end for the Werribee defence. And still in play, Nigel Good will now see it over for a throw-in. And that was Steve Cook who got it out wide.
I've liked the way the Werribee defenders have really run hard at the footy. And I know Laurie's out here, and he'd be pretty pleased with the way the defenders are running pretty straight at the footy. Thrown in, half forward flank for Corio, picked up there by Good, over the top there to Hawks. Hawks been good in this last quarter, and he's found his teammate in Luke Gladick, who's ever elusive across the forward line for the Werribee side. He's taken the mark between wing and half forward flank, probably on the opposite side of where he's playing. Now he's taking plenty of time, and why shouldn't he? He's seen a player loose at centre half forward, and it's Andrew Howlett. Handball quickly to Merry. Merry's looking for somebody to make space for him. He gets it over the top to Chris Delaney. Picks it up now. Kicks it up while off balance, but he's going to find Heath Buck on half forward flank. And the umpire took a fortnight to blow the whistle. I don't think each umpire knew who was in charge on that occasion, but Heath Buck has the mark. Half forward flank on the other side of the ground. What's he done? He's handballed it across to Kennedy. Gee, they're mucking about with it now, the Werribee side. Kennedy, he's gone to the pocket, over to Howlett. Howlett's eluded a opponent there. He's hooked it back towards centre half forward. Nick Smith has just held his opponent off with the weight of his body, Ian Cockrell, and put the right arm out and took a one-handed mark. 29 minutes into the final quarter. Nick Smith yet to kick a goal, has a behind to his name. He's going to be kicking from 45. might with a heavy ball, will certainly test him out. Runs in quickly, kicks it very, very low, and straight into the arms of, in the last line of defence, Ricky O'Toole, is it not? He's taken the mark in the goal square, gets a handball to Ricky Lazarick. He's gone very wide on half-back flank in defence. Peter Gray running after the footy, can't control it, and pushed over the boundary line once again. 29.5 minutes final quarter, 18-12 Werribee. They lead Corio 14-5 on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard.
So they'll throw in Gray and Tate. Tate from behind gives it to Cousins, gets a kick away, torpedo punt towards half forward. Eldridge over his head, foot race between he and Beck. Beck leads in the race across half back. Eldridge does well to shuffle him off it, kick off the ground by Hart. Foot race now between he and Cockrell, and also Rivet getting across there. Now getting across there is left Chook, goes to the right foot, kick wide towards centre wing. Kennedy leads in the race of the football, but it doesn't sit for him. Rutherford does well, gets a handball away. And now the Devils go back towards half forward. Rivet, the big man, makes up some ground, does well, plucks the mark at half forward. He's got Kelvin Keating by himself. He goes in that direction. Cook makes up some ground. The two number 33s, Cook's done very well. Gets a kick away, but only as far as Charles. Great pick up on the half volley. Handball towards Rob Walton off a couple of steps. Runs in, and he's missed, and missed well. And it's through for one behind to Rob Walton. So they go to 14-6-90, Corio, and they trail Werribee Centrals 18-12-120 on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre. Final quarter scoreboard, 31 minutes played.
So Roland Beck takes the kick in, goes short and finds left chuck as the siren sounds. Left chuck takes the mark, but it's all the end of the day because the siren sounding, the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final score 18-12-120 is Werribee Centrals. They've defeated Corio 14-6-90.
And that final term, Werribee Centrals finished off the game well. They kicked 5 goals, 2. Corio kicked 3 goals, 2. And the goal kickers at the final siren for Werribee Centrals. 4 goals to James Lee, 3 each to Heath Buck, Dave Merry and Warren Foley, and 2 each to Luke Luddick and David Kennedy, and a single goal to Rob Musara. While for Corio, 4 goals to Barry O'Toole, 3 to Lee Clifford and 2 to Davey Bigham, and singles to Ricky O'Toole, Justin Tate, Troy Gundry, Clint Eldridge and Amon Charles. But in the end, it was a 30-point victory to Werribee Centrals, 18-12-120. They defeated Corio 14-6-90 in our Matchday Live coverage of round 10.